Hey, this is Carly Z from Gear Diary, and today we're taking a look at the Brooks PureFlow 5 running shoe. These are a lightweight, simple running shoe. They, as you can see, there's not a whole lot to them. They're just kind of a sole and an upper, which is kind of how I like my shoes. I really like simple, minimalist shoes, and these fit the bill pretty well. Running shoes are very subjective. Obviously, if you need stability shoes or something that offers a little bit more guidance to your foot, this is not the shoe for you. But if you like a shoe that kind of melts into the background and just lets you do your thing and doesn't really try to guide your feet at all, just lets your feet land naturally, this is a great shoe. It's not terribly flexible. It's got some flex to it versus other running shoes, but it's not, you can't roll it up in a ball or anything crazy like that. Despite that, it is very flexible, very simple. The upper is mostly seamless. The only place where they really have any seams or anything is in the tongue. So you actually could wear these without socks if you wanted to. I did wear them without socks a few times. Did not get any blisters or any issues, but you do want to make sure the tongue's adjusted because there's a little bit of a sharp edging that you don't want to get your foot caught on. So that's basically just the overall quick look at the shoe. To give you a better idea sort of this shoe and how it compares, this is the Brooks Glycerin 13s. So as you can see, this is more of what I would say a traditional running shoe would look like. As you can see, it's got a much bigger heel over here. It kind of tapers down. Kind of see the difference like this. Obviously it's not a huge difference visually maybe, but the difference is this actually has a heel to toe drop of 4 millimeters, which means that from here down to here is only 4 millimeter difference. On this shoe, it's 10 millimeters. So there is a major difference as far as that goes. So how does that matter? It matters in terms of foot strike. It matters in terms of if you're looking to land towards the middle of your foot, like over here, or towards the front of your foot, you really don't want your heel to be too built up because it's going to interfere with that. If your heel is that built up, it's more likely to hit the ground first. And if that's not what you're naturally doing, it can cause you some stride problems and things like that. I've run in these. I've run in these. I'm comfortable running in both of them. Personally, I love these. I think these are a lot more comfortable. They're definitely more of the kind of shoe that I gravitate towards on a regular basis. They pretty much are my ideal shoe. To be fair, I'm a little bit biased because this is my all-time favorite shoe ever. This is the Brooks Green Silence. As you can see, it's seen better days. It's been discontinued for several years. I still miss it. I still regret that I didn't buy more of these when they discontinued it. But as you can see, it sort of is a spiritual cousin to the PureFlow line. You can see where Brooks took a lot of the same cues as far as simple, undesigned sole, something that's not terribly over-engineered, very flattish looking. The difference is that I believe this is a 9 millimeter heel to toe drop, so it is a little bit more traditional than the PureFlows, but you can see where they took the cues from the Green Silence line, which was more of a running flat, to create the PureFlow line. This is a very narrow shoe. If you have wider feet, if you have high arches, anything like that, I would say that you really want to make sure you try this shoe on and maybe even see if you can visit a store with a very generous return policy because you may find that it's not as comfortable. I have very narrow feet and this fits me perfectly. I have room to spare in it, so that's one thing I would definitely consider is if I'm finding it comfortable, it probably means that if your feet are wider, you may not find it as comfortable. So that's something to consider. I think that goes for a lot of lightweight racing type shoes, though I've yet to find a racing flat type shoe that's not on the narrow side. But that's just something to keep in mind with this shoe especially. So, like I said, this is somewhat minimal. It's certainly not, say, a Vibram 5-finger that you can go like this to, but this is also a lot more socially acceptable to be seen in public than the 5 fingers. And it's also a lot easier on your body. If you're not used to walking around barefoot, or if you don't particularly care for walking around barefoot, but you want to have a more lightweight running shoe experience, this is, I think, a great option. It's simple. It's not overly engineered. It's very well made. It's very comfortable. It's a great cushy ride, in my opinion, but not overly cushy. It's just really nice. It's really smooth. Like I said, unless you have really wide feet, very high arches, or some other specific reason why a narrower shoe wouldn't work for you, I highly recommend checking out the PureFlow 5. I've been very pleased with it. I've used it for running. I've used it for cross training, and they've just been a very solid performer in my opinion. So once again, I'm Carly Z, and this is the Brooks PureFlow 5 for GearDiary.com. Thanks.